Welcome to Power Code Music. In today's presentation, we are going to analyze the differences between the Tascam DP-32SD Digital Portastudio and the Tascam Model 24. The Model 24 is the flagship multi-track recorder in the Tascam line. The Model series is the next step up from the Digital Portastudio product line, from which the DP-32SD is the top unit. Now, generally, people want to know things like the differences between the units and how they compare to each other, and if they own a DP series unit, if they should migrate to the Model series of Tascam multi-track recorders or not. Well, either way, I strongly suggest that you know your requirements first. Know what you need and then what you can truly afford to spend, and stick with it. Really, you'll thank yourself later for doing that. In this way, you don't end up buying the wrong unit for your products or projects, I should say, or spend more money than you truly can afford. Nobody needs or wants that. Now, before we look at the features of both the Tascam DP-32SD and the Model 24, you may want to ask yourself the following questions first. Number one, what's my budget? What can I actually afford? Number two, how am I the most productive recording my music? Is it using a PC, a hardware, a multi-track unit, or both? Number three, on average, how many tracks do I use during my recording sessions? And how many inputs do I need to support my gear? Number four, do I or will I need to use a DAW, a digital audio workstation, on my projects to collaborate with colleagues or clients that may use DAWs? If you are shopping for a new unit or looking to make a change from your current unit, your answers to these questions will determine which Tascam product line will work best for you. Now, I chose the Tascam DP-32SD Digital Portastudio and the Model 24 because they are both at the top of their respective product lines. The Tascam DP-32SD retails for approximately $599 new, and the Model 24 retails for approximately $999 new. Now, that's a difference of $400 in price here, so it's important to try and get this right. Let's start with an overview of the DP-32SD. The DP-32SD uses SD cards for multi-track recording of up to 8 tracks and playback of up to 32 tracks simultaneously. Multiple tracks can be mixed down to a master file using the built-in mixer functions. Now, master files created in this way can be transferred to a computer connected via USB. Now, since transferring data between the unit and a computer is possible, you can do things like copy tracks and master files and back up song files to a PC. Let's take a look at the features of the Tascam 32SD. This is a digital multi-track recorder, and the functions include simultaneous 8-track recording and 32-track playback. We have stereo and mono track type selection functions, which makes changing track allocation pretty easy. We have 20 track faders and 1 master fader for level adjustment. Each track has independent select and record buttons. The unit has 48V phantom power. We have 8 balance mic and line inputs, which are, again, these are combo inputs, which are XLR and TRS. Input H supports high impedance, which means you can plug a guitar into it. Then we have 3 independent band equalizers for each input and playback track. The mix down, you can do this to a dedicated master file if possible, and mastering effects that can be used during mixdown of all master files. So you can create a master file like automatically with this unit. Moving on, The reverb and various other effects can be adjusted, of course, independently per track. We have all of the editing features that you would pretty much ever need. This unit's very versatile in that way, with copy, insert, paste, move, and so on. We have undo and redo functions with a 10-level history. We have location marks, tuner and metronome. We have support for SDHC standard and for high capacity SD cards. Also, the song data includes WAV files that can be copied and backed up to a computer via USB 2. With this, we have automatic punch in and out and track bouncing. Last but not least, we have punch in and out and other functions that can be assigned to and controlled by a foot switch, which would be the Tascam RC3F foot switch. Let's move on to an overview of the Tascam Model 24. The Model 24 uses the Portastudio multi-track recording engine. With this, you can record and play back any combination of 24 tracks of digital audio, as well as perform overdubs and punch-ins. This unit is also designed to be a USB audio interface, and it includes really decent quality mic preamps and onboard compression. The unit also provides 24 simultaneous inputs to a digital audio workstation, making it pretty easy to record multiple instruments at the same time without channel or track limitations. Let's talk about the Tascam Model 24's features. The unit is a 22 input analog mixer with 22 line and 16 mic inputs. It is also a multi-track recording and playback unit with 24 track recording. The unit also functions as an audio interface device with 24 tracks and 22 of those are input channels and a main mix left-right bus that can be input into your computer. 22 track outputs are available and the computer outs can be assigned to the channel inputs. The unit supports USB Audio 2.0 with resolutions of up to 24-bit and 48 kHz sampling frequency. Audio compressors are also included on channel 1 through 12 inputs, which is pretty cool, and it also has 100mm faders for precise accuracy. The line instrument balance input jacks that support high impedance are available on channels 1 and 2, and channel inserts are also available on channels 1 and 2. With this, the unit has multiple buses that include stereo mains, and it has 3 aux sends. The input channels have 3-band semi-panoramic EQs. The outputs have a 7-band stereographic EQ. The Model 24 has 16 Tascam preset effects, along with Bluetooth audio playback and recording. On the unit, you can also punch in and out. It has pretty significant functionalities per track, and that also includes automatic punch in and out when you use a foot switch. The unit supports SD, SDHC cards, and SDXC cards as well. Now, with your multiple foot switch functions, you have things like play, pause, and so on within that realm. And last but not least, you have the control room left and right and phone outputs that are built in. Let's look at some of the differences between the Tascam Model 24 and the DP-32SD. One of the most obvious is the DP-32SD has 32 onboard recording tracks, and the Model 24 has 24 onboard recording tracks. The DP-32SD is also a digital mixer. The Model 24 is an analog mixer. Now, this is a significant difference. Some people prefer digital, some people prefer analog. This is a matter of preference based on how you want to sound. The Model 24 has 22 input channels. The DP-32SD has 8 input channels. Model 24's USB functionality allows it to act as a USB audio interface for digital audio workstations or DAWs, and this can be assigned to input channels. The DP-32SD's USB functionality is only for transferring files to and from a PC. The DP-32SD cannot act as a USB audio interface for DAW. The DP-32SD has automated song mastering functionality. The Model 24 doesn't. Now this is going to be a big deal for people who struggle with mastering their songs. This is a very cool feature on the DP-32SD. Model 24 has superior faders with 100mm faders over the DP-32SD's 45mm faders. The Model 24 in this regard, its faders will be more accurate for you. Model 24 has Bluetooth audio playback and recording. DP-32SD doesn't. Model 24 has analog compressors on channels 1 through 12's inputs. DP-32SD doesn't. Model 24 also has superior preamps than that of the DP-32SD. Model 24 has inserts on channels 1 and 2. DP-32SD doesn't. DP-32SD has 2 aux sends and Model 24 has 3. Model 24's outputs have 7-band stereo EQ. DP-32SD doesn't. Last but not least, Model 24 also has many more onboard effects than that of the DP-32SD. In summary, both units are quality professional units that can produce superior audio. But the Model 24 costs $400 more than the DP-32SD. Now, the first generation digital Portastudios had MIDI functionality built in, but Tascam removed that feature in the second gen SD units. Again, it's important that you know your recording requirements before you purchase or upgrade. Just because something may appear to be more advanced doesn't mean that it's the right fit for you and the way that you need to record to be the most productive. This is really important. So the bottom line here is what works for another person in this regard may not serve well for another. Well, that, my friends, is a wrap. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and click the subscribe button on your screen now and join our group. We have new videos coming out around every 7 to 10 days, and we would love to have you be a part of our team. Also, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this video. It's important to us. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. While you're here, listen to some of the music and watch some of the rest of the videos and playlists. There's lots of great information there. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you soon.